Hello and welcome to another careers video. This video is going to take you beyond what you currently do in your active lessons on a Wednesday. Now, many of you will be familiar with the program that's in front of you now, which is called START. And that's the program we use in our active sessions, and it's very, very good at getting you to evaluate exactly where you are currently in terms of your skills and attributes, and of course your sort of work preferences and interests. And based on what you put in that, you will be able to sift through hundreds upon hundreds of different careers, and the information on each career is really detailed, really specific, and gives you an excellent idea as to what that career should be like. So it's a great starting point. You can do a lot more in that program too, but that's generally why we do that in the active lessons. But I'm going to show you a different website today that we've also signed you up for, and that website is called BeReady. So I'm just going to click on the dashboard for BeReady. Now, you may have not seen this as of yet, but let me just show you how to get into it first. The first thing to check for is an email you would have received. So within your school email, if you search the BeReady group, all one word there, BeReady group, in the search bar and then hit enter, you will come up with a single, I would imagine, a single reply there. And within that email, if you click on that, will be your username, your password, and a link directly to that particular website. I'm going to take us there already because I've already logged on. What it will show you first is a change of password screen, because the password you start with is a really random collection of punctuation, letters and numbers. And what you want to do is create something more memorable. Once you've done that, remember to save it and write it down somewhere. Once you've completed that, you're then in the dashboard. Now in the dashboard, I'm just going to take you through a whistle-stop tour here, because this website does something quite different to START, but it sits alongside it really, really well. The first thing it does, it's about developing you. So if I go to the top here, you'll see a My Learning tab and a Find Learning tab. Now, the My Learning tab just shows you everything you've done so far, which for you guys, if this is the first time you've logged in, that will be empty. This student has had a look at a couple of courses, so I can see 4 courses they've had a look at, and I can see they've also completed a course as well on creativity and innovation. But for most of us, it's about finding the learning first. And as at the time of this video, there are 19 different courses on here, and you've got different types. You've got employability courses, which is very, very much information based, and generally ends up with you getting a certificate to say you have looked at this area of study. Or you can go through the micro courses, and they're really good, and they finish with a quiz which kind of tests your knowledge and understanding of what you've learnt. It's all very video based learning, but once you've passed the quiz, then you earn badges. The upshot of this is the more of these courses you do, the more you can take into an employer, or the more you can put on your CV or personal statements in order to develop your own personal brand and push yourself further when you're trying to fight with hundreds of others of your age who have also got great grades, also going for the same jobs. This, I hope, will give you a bit more of an edge. So that's the development side. If I go into one of these, you'll notice the Hays Learner immediately apparent within this. Creativity and innovation, we've got communication, leadership, we've got resilience, all stuff that we've suggested for a long time should be things, attributes that you seek to develop in one way or another. It's what employers want after all. If I look at a brand new one, let's go to this one, Foundations of Confidence. You'll be asked to enroll in a course, so you can enroll on that. And then you should just click Enroll Me, and then you'll see the actual course laid out in front of you. And I can see this one, because it's an employability course, I've got quite a few videos to watch, and at the very end I'll get a certificate after I've watched the summary. Within each of these there's probably there you go. So there's a few different videos and obviously a few quizzes just to test your understanding of what you've learned. And once you've passed those quizzes, then you pass the course. Again, just trying to give you an edge when you're in front of those employers. So that's how this website develops you, and it'll store it all as well. And you can see if I click on My Learning, here are all the things that I've started. Obviously not started very much, but there's the completed courses down there, and I haven't yet printed off any of the certificates. So that's the development side of things. What this also allows you to do, it's got very much current and real-time information that allows you to search for careers and university places and open days. I'm just going to show you how that works very quickly. Careers is really interesting because whereas the START program takes you through lots and lots of qualitative and video-based data on different jobs, this one's very current and gives you far less, but gets straight to the numbers. So this, what you'll see in front of you straight away, is called a careerometer. Very popular tool that's on a lot of different careers websites. And it works just by showing you comparison of different careers very simply. It hasn't come up very clearly here, but if I click on this box, that'll give me the UK average in this card. In here, I'm going to pick a job. I might try teacher and see what comes up there. Let's go special needs education. I might go on this one here and go with doctor, and I'll go medical practitioner there, and maybe I've clicked on the average there. I'll clear the card. I will go for engineer, and let's just see, I'll go for a civil engineer there as well. So you can see I've got an instant snapshot of different jobs, different stats behind each job as well. And you can clear the cards at any time if you want to compare different data from each job. So that's quite a nice tool to use, and it's based on the government's own figures, so it's pretty accurate as well. If I scroll down here, you've got a bit of information about work experience, which we currently do alongside work shadowing as well. But then it's quite an interesting part here. This is on apprenticeships, and these are the new apprenticeships that have been launched by the government, and we get a lot of questions about degree apprenticeships in particular, which are down here, and it just gives you a nice snapshot of what a degree apprenticeship actually is. Some of you might not know that level 3 apprenticeships exist, and that is a level of study that is basically the same as A level. So it's a good option for people in year 10 or 11 just thinking perhaps that sixth form isn't for them. Then level 3, an advanced apprenticeship, is a good place to start. But the really neat tool that I wanted to show you here is the National Apprenticeship Job Feed, and this is again real time. It is powered by the government's own apprenticeship website, and if I go down here towards our sort of area, you can see if I click on any one of these. So in Dartford, there's a not in Dartford, but there's a marketing apprentice route there. I can have a look at the application. I'll click on that in a second. Further into London, we've got nursery assistant, another nursery assistant, business administration apprenticeship as well. But I'll go back to the marketing one and just click apply, and it immediately takes me to the website where I can actually apply for this post and find out more about it as well. So it's a really neat way of getting straight into apprenticeships. I'll just click back onto BeReady. And of course it changes all the time, so it might not be there for you right now, but who knows, next week it'll be totally different. I'm going to go into the final aspect here as well, which goes into university. And although there are better search tools available than on BeReady, for example, UCAS is for me the go-to tool for all things universities. What I do like about this is it's a one-stop shop for open days. And it's very, very important that you get to know universities well. So if I put in, let's see if Hayes School comes up. There we go. So there's Hayes School. And I'm going to type in, I'll look for open days in particular. Could have searched for a number of things there. I'll look for, let's have a look. Let's go biological sciences perhaps, or yeah, biological sciences. And I can see there's 15 events listed, so I'm going to stop filtering there. And if I scroll down here, I can see a list of all the open days that are relative to that particular field of biological sciences here. And I can search through those and think, well, is there something coming up? Is there something nearby I can pop to and just get a taste for university, but also a taste for the sort of courses that are on offer within biological sciences. So see, it's a really, really useful tool, and it is an absolute must that you go along to a university open day or two. at least by the time you're in year 13. So if I click on, let's go to the University of Essex here, it'll just show me there a little bit more about the actual open day, and it might be something I'm interested in. So in that case, I'll go straight to the website or email them directly. But again, really useful, straight to the point, and a great search tool to use. So that is BeReady. Remember, it's composed of two aspects: the development side of things, where you can give yourself an edge when you go for the various interviews that no doubt you will at some point through our Find Learning portal here, or it can cut straight to the chase and give you some great stuff on careers, in terms of stats, in terms of apprenticeships, and also university open days as well. Really useful search tool. So I hope that's something you can get into at the moment whilst you've got perhaps a little bit more time on your hands.